All right, Levi here with Uphill Cinema. Today we're going to do a lighting breakdown of a commercial I shot, and these are some of the screen grabs. It's just one scene, but this scene's a high-key scene, very high-key lighting, soft, and so I wanted to just kind of show you how we did this. So let's jump right into the clip. So yeah, as you can see, 3 simple shots, and let's go right into this quick little diagram here. So shot it on the Ursa Mini Pro 12K. It was shot in 8K. And what we did is we started off by turning all of the lights off. So all of the lights back here that you're seeing right here, make sure I got my brush on, all of these we turned off. All the lights we turned off. Back here, all of these, even the light up here on top. So all of these we turned off. Everything was simply turned off. If you don't do that, it's a good habit to get into, of just going into the scene and turning all the lights off. So from there, we just needed a lot more punch because we had this big sunlight coming in over here. And I was okay with blowing out the background right there. As you can see, right here, right here. I was okay with that being blown out, and even asked them, like, hey, is this okay? Is this okay if that's blown out? And they said, yeah, but we still needed more light to punch onto her face. And so the first thing we did was we set up actually the dolly first and kind of got the movement of what we wanted to do, because we also got the blocking first mixed with that. And we knew that we wanted to have her at the sink and then walk over here and start cutting the vegetables. And so we thought, okay, if she's going this way, we'll have the dolly go the other way. And that's a good way to, create some movement into your work, is going opposite directions, and it ended up looking nice. And so to add some elements of more motion, we actually moved the table into the frame over here and moved a chair into over here into the frame as well. And so that way you could see, I keep getting this mixed up, you could see a little more motion. And then we ended up actually moving these chairs here as well. And so we put all of them in, and that created a lot more movement to the scene and ended up being really nice. And we staged all of this kind of background. She had it there at the house, but it was more cleaned up and organized on how we wanted to do it. And what I mean too by turning off the lights is she has a bunch of these dome lights at this house, and we turned them all off. And so literally this is all artificial lighting. From there, we needed a lot more punch as the key light, and so we had 300D, 2 300Ds, and some diffusion, some 4x diffusion, and we bounced it actually off the wall and through the diffusion. And it ended up being fantastic and nice and soft, as you can see here, and so, and here, and and then good enough contrast where this ratio, I guess, of like I said, like contrast of the light, didn't look bad. So over here it looked nice, and over here it looked nice, and everything, nothing was blown out in the master shot. And then for these 2 shots, we actually did nothing different besides I got off of the dolly and handheld these next 2 from this angle and kind of this angle, and because the food was right here, and it was pretty easy, because all we needed to do was just soften up this key, make it even more punch, and then keep it nice and soft. And so literally we just picked up everything and moved it closer, and we moved it closer. And so it was super simple. And I guess the reason I wanted to even do this lighting breakdown was just to show you that you really don't need to go too crazy. You know, you can go pretty simple with things. You know, so you know, all we have here is the light coming in from the window. We have the shades down, but then we have that 300D through a silk, and then another one over here. It isn't as these were at 100. This one over here was at 100. Over here was at 100, and this one was at like 50% or something. So it did have a little bit of contrast across her face, but it ended up being so simple because it just didn't overcomplicate it. You know, it ended up looking super flattering and nice and inviting. So hopefully this helps, and talk to you guys later. Thanks. Bye.